Hello and welcome to Shadow Patch Notes, a series where we take the latest patch and discuss all the hidden tweaks and changes that didn't quite make the spotlight. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And stick around until the end of the video to see how you can win a Pirate Origin M50 game package with LTI. Alright, let's jump right in. MFDs will now properly save your settings when switching between master modes. I'm pretty happy about it too, because not having things ready could easily cost you your life in Pyro. We received fixes for most duping exploits involving FPS weapons and ship components. You can no longer dupe FPS guns. It's important to note that repairing your ship will give back the default ship weapons. However, claiming will give you your custom loadout. This was pretty much the exact solution I mentioned in my last video, minus the fact that we still have the old insurance system, which basically costs you nothing but wasted time. A tiered insurance system, as shown in CitCon 2024, would certainly help by adding time and an extra in-game cost to getting your custom weapons and components back. Hangar spawning has been re-enabled this patch. I absolutely love this time saver right here. Pedro got back in the kitchen and cooked up some unique quantum travel music for Pyro. Check it out. Blue cards should be spawning more consistently in contested zones. Let's hope this lasts. Handyman missions were finally turned on. These were actually in the original 4.0 PTU, but didn't make the cut for the live patch. These missions have you repairing sections of planet-side settlements. They usually involve patching up pipes and switching out bad relays, so be sure to bring a few on your ship before you go. You'll need about 3 to be safe. You can purchase these at several settlements, such as Sunset Mesa, or craft them directly inside of your vulture. Also, be sure to have a salvage tool with the canisters. Remember, in order to reload these, you have to press Alt-B for some reason. Turrets around space stations and comm arrays were buffed significantly. Hopefully they'll be more effective against griefers now. They lowered the amount of turrets around asteroid bases too. On a basic contract, I only had 2 active turrets firing at me. Maybe now we can actually enter them in one piece. Save Stanton Part 2 will be taking place in this patch. This event will have 3 rival factions to choose from: the Citizens for Prosperity, the Frontier Fighters, and the Headhunter. The Headhunter's contracts pay the most by far, and has you destroying a few industrial ships among a small fleet. The Frontier Fighters claim to be after the Slicers, but seem prone to attacking the Headhunters and even the CFP for some reason. Although they do have some missions that take place in Stanton as well, and the CFP provides some hauling content for the lowest payout. Keep in mind, once you select a contract and complete it, you will be locked into that faction's quest line, and must complete 6 contracts for them. I'm interested to see how this event will coincide with Reputation, as Headhunters and the CFP are actual factions in-game with Rep in your Moby-Glass, whereas the Frontier Fighters and Slicers are not. I'm curious to see if the latter 2 factions will be around permanently after this event. If you've chosen to align with the Headhunters like I have, you may want to avoid any Frontier Fighter missions that have you attacking their outposts. I have a feeling that the original plan was to have this event running during the launch of 4.0, before we made any of these faction alignment decisions ourselves. But alas, the ship sale of the Guardian took priority, so here we are. Speaking of the Mirai Guardian, both of the ship's models received a significant buff to thruster capabilities. It's up by 120% across the board. Should help it balance a bit more with the other heavy fighters. The ramps on the Crusader Hercules were finally fixed to not jiggle the entire ship when landing. A change years in the making. There's a new aspect modifier feature in 4.0.1. Great news for ultra-wide and multi-monitor users. This allows you to move HUD elements to suit your preference. CIG backpedaled on shared mission payouts. In case you missed it like I did, money and rep were no longer being split when missions were shared in 4.0. SIG has listed this as a bug and fixed it for the .1 patch. This is an absolute L in my opinion, as it seems to really go against the core idea of group play that they aim for us to experience. Now, it came to my attention that the reason for this is that people were doing 500-man parties and sharing missions for the whole server. I think it would make sense to have all party members get the full payout up to about a 4-member party. Any bigger than that, then splits kinda make sense. The RSI Aurora had its rear clamp removed from the cargo rack to allow easier loading and unloading. The Mustang received a similar treatment as well. I never noticed how cool it was to load this ship. Personal storage was added to more vehicles like the Nomad, Trumbril Nova Tank, and the Anvil Ballista. The RSI Mantis also received personal storage, as well as an update to its bed. Many stealth components received significant nerfs to their signature reduction values, especially for size 1 components, such as the Umbra and Snowblind. Many non-stealth components received a slight buff to their stealthiness too. The Ion no longer has the charge mechanic, but took a big DPS hit. A new proximity alert beep and light indicator was added this patch. The alert sound. Is there a way to turn that off? Did you know there's a secret entrance into Checkmate Station? You can EVA into an external hatch on the inner ring of the station. This will lead to one of 2 maintenance areas. From here you have direct access to the contested zone, or the main station via an elevator. Should be interesting if we ever get rough and ready reputation added in. You can find a bunch of unique Morozov helmets in the Pyro loot pool. Many have Pyrotechnic amalgamated branding. The new Ripper Laser SMG was finally added to the game. It's a modified Grey Cat tool warped into a weapon that fires a continuous beam with 0 recoil. Let's hope that Space AK is next. The Super Hornet Mark II Heartseeker is in this patch as well. I really like the pinup art and remote turret. There were a few details from 4.0 that didn't make the last video, so I'll sound off on those here. The Call to Arms contract pays out 500 credits when killing mission targets. Welcome back, King. Let's take a moment and talk about the most interesting upcoming ship, the Mist Fortune, which is possibly set to drop at some point in this patch's lifecycle. We received 2 sneak peeks at this thing, as well as a quick look during the IAE show at the end of the year. I'm particularly intrigued by this shot here. Some people are pointing out that on the bottom right, you seem to have a filler station, further implying that this may be a salvage ship. Last minute edit, CIG released a video showcasing exactly how the ship works, down to the magical placement of the boxes. I guess those conveyor belts are just for show. And that'll do it for this episode of Shadow Patch Notes. So, were any of these changes news to you? What has been your favorite thing to do in 4.0? And have you done the executive hangar yet? Leave a comment below and let me know. And if you're interested in the M50 game package giveaway, just be a subscriber here on YouTube and head on over to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/the5star, where you can find the link to enter. Come on by and say hi. Alright everybody, I'll catch you on the flip flop. Peace out.